で空が落ちてくる You are shy 俺の胸に落ちてくる熱い心鎖で繋いでも今は無駄だよ邪魔するやつは指先一つでダウンさ You are shy 愛で鼓動速くなる You are shy 俺の鼓動速くなるお前もたださまよう心今熱く燃えてる全て溶かす無残に飛び散るはずさ俺との愛を守るためお前は旅立ち明日を見失った微笑み忘れた顔など見たくはないさ愛を取り戻せ
Clean your CDs, kids. Hey, good evening. Welcome to day one of MAGFest. How y'all doing? So, yes.
Say that on day 4. That's going to be more accurate then.
Anyhow, you have come to the head-explodingly bad and good Fist of the North Star games panel headed by me, Heidi, and this is, who the hell are you? You're some guy from the internet, right?
I'm Proton John. I am known for playing terrible, terrible things, and apparently that is exclusively why I'm here.
Hey, me too. I'm known for doing panels about terrible, terrible things. How about that? So,
Is this one of them?
kind of.
Oh, boy.
Sort of. So yeah, here's our details. I have a little website called gaming.moe, and lately I've been doing updates for Anime News Network, their weekly This Week in Games column. So you can check me out over there. I do a lot of interesting things. Usually my weekly columns are just news, but over on gaming.moe we've got interviews, we've got columns on just weird, interesting little gaming things about that, and yeah. Go check it out when you're done watching whatever the hell this hot mess is going to be. So let's just get this important disclaimer out of the way so Hokuto superfans aren't like hating me. I am not like super duper knowledgeable about Fist of the North Star. I mean, I'm very familiar with it, obviously, but like as far as encyclopedic knowledge, that isn't going to happen. So if I say something that is wrong, or maybe I get somebody's name wrong, please don't get too mad. But then again, John's a bigger fan than I am.
I'm actually
He'll
here to yell
me.
at her exclusively because of that.
That's why I brought him. He's a very good boy. Souther or Thouser? Ooh, that's rough. So, I guess. So you might be wondering, where did the idea for this panel come from? And honestly, it was the recent announcement of Hokuto ga Gotoku, which is a game set in the Fist of the North Star universe being done by Sega's Yakuza team. This game looks fantastic, and I am totally hyped for it. But, you know, when it was announced, I heard a few folks saying, you know, could this be the first good Fist of the North Star game? And I was like, guys, there have been some good Fist of the North Star games. Not many. Most are completely irredeemable trash. But there have been some interesting games based on the series. And, you know, since I've done a lot of games, a lot of panels, rather, looking at some of the worst retro games from Japan, along with several about retro games and anime, the idea to talk about the many games based on Fist of the North Star seemed like it'd be really fun. And somehow MAGFest let me do it. I don't know. But before we jump right into the games, let's stop for a bit. Because, well, what is Fist of the North Star? I assume some folks here aren't completely familiar with this series, and I'll just give you the very abridged rundown. Yeah, some of you probably just saw awful video games in the panel title and thought, yeah, hell yeah, I'll hit that up. I'm sure to see some garbage. But no, you're going to learn about a very famous anime and manga series. So this is Fist of the North Star by Tetsuo Hara and Bronson. It was a Japanese manga originally published in the early 80s before being adapted into an even more popular anime series. It's perhaps best described as a post-apocalyptic sci-fi martial arts saga. There you see there on the right is Kenshiro, and he is a practitioner of the deadly martial art of Hokuto Shinken. So yes, in the Fist of the North Star universe, a nuclear cataclysm ravaged the Earth at the end of the 20th century, turning the world into a barren wasteland where humanity struggles to get by. Many people suffer as they are victimized by roving, violent gangs and power-hungry individuals who seek to control those deemed weaker, but Kenshiro embodies hope and justice for the poor and downtrodden. And you really see that in the first anime intro, which is probably one of the most beloved opening sequences across all of anime. It really gets the point of what Fist of the North Star is across, so let's give it a watch. Hey, we get to hear Aio Torimoto say again. That's always great, right? Right?
This time there's no spinning people in circles, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, when you see this, you'll kind of see what that thing at the beginning was supposed to be.
1990X 年、地球は核の炎に包
shit
まれ
got real bad.
あらゆる生命体は絶滅したかに見えた。しかし人類は死に絶えてはいなかった。
俺の胸に落ちてくる熱い心鎖で繋いでも今は無駄だよ邪魔するやつは指先一つでダウンさ You are shocked 愛で鼓動速くなる You are shocked 俺の鼓動速くなるお前もとさまよう心今熱く燃えてる全て溶かす無残に飛び散るはずさ俺との愛を守るためお前は旅立ち明日を見失った微笑み忘れた顔など見たくはないさ愛を取り戻せ
Also, apparently that weird giant thing is never in the anime.
I don't remember it in there at all. It's not. No, yeah. In like the second season,
I think it's
crazier.
I think it's in the manga though.
So, no, there's someone. That's a big guy that looks similar, but not quite the same.
Oh, I think that's who I was thinking
If you
of.
couldn't
Yeah.
tell anything based on that video, basically the entire series is about a dude like Mad Max running around, ripping off his shirt, and making people explode. So it's like really good.
Oh yeah. Yep, Kenshiro is pretty great, and as the series progresses, he forms bromances, he finds Jesus, sort of. He battles a rogues gallery of varied, weird, and nasty villains, and eventually comes fist to fist with the King of Fists himself, Rao, that dude riding a big old black horse there. But Kenshiro will ensure that justice will prevail, and he'll do that using his Hokuto Shinken arts to strike his enemies and destroy them from within while reciting his trademark phrase.
貴様の拳など顔どにも効かんわい。お前はもう死んでいる。何？そうは匠できぜぶ。
Yeah, it's like 100 episodes of that. It's great.
Yeah, Fist of the North Star is a little bit violent.
Tiny bit.
Yeah, but Kenshiro is always waiting to punish the wicked.
That is my favorite scene in the show, by the way, because they cut to commercial in the middle of that, and it just comes back with him zooming out from his face instead.
Yeah, Kenshiro will always make sure you suffer for your terrible misdeeds. I mean, hell, even if you aren't getting your ass beat by Kenshiro, you're probably not doing too great in the Fist of the North Star universe. But yeah, bloody violence, big thing here. But one thing I really like about Fist of the North Star is that even though the story is a gory, violent, dead serious martial arts saga, the creators realize its inherent ridiculousness and let other folks go ahead and have a lot of fun with parodies and bizarre spin-offs. Like, the manga you see on the left is Hokuto no Ken Ichigo Aji, which is strawberry-flavored Fist of the North Star. It's basically a comic about this big bad enemy, Souther, who just wants to be Kenshiro's BFF. It's pretty fun. And what you see on the right there is, and I'm not shitting you, it is an actual Fist of the North Star musical that ran in Japan. Except it's kind of like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead in that it's just about like the villains Kenshiro will eventually explode and their lives and how they came to join these roving gangs of bandits. Yeah, that sounds awesome, doesn't it? It kills me that I'm not going to be able to see this.
Does anyone actually explode in the musical?
I'm
Do they
not sure.
explode in rhythm to a song?
That would be amazing. But yeah, this is all kind of leading up to Hokuto Gakko Toku when we're going to have Bartender Ken, among many other things. Yeah, I just really like that. They don't take the whole Fist of the North Star thing super seriously. And the series as a whole has had a lot of influence over video games. Heck, you can see over here we have Kenshiro's technique, the Hokuto Hyakuretsuken. And on the right, we've got Edmund Honda's 100 Hand Slap. Obvious inspiration there, but Capcom in particular seems to really, really dig Fist of the North Star. This over here is a poster for their wrestling game Saturday Night Slam Masters, and the artist who did this is actually Tetsuo Ohara, who is the artist behind Fist of the North Star. So they got the right guy for a wrestling game. But let's not also forget perhaps the most obvious Fist of the North Star inspired game out there, right? And there's plenty more examples where that came from. But let's move on to some of the games themselves. Can anyone guess, like, what the first Fist of the North Star game might have been? Whatever, slow beef, jeez. Souther, yes. You back there. Earlier, actually. Yes. You are kind of close. There was an MSX version. It's across several Japanese PC systems, and it's actually a visual novel. Yep, and NX published it.
Finally, you can date someone before you explode them.
And I've actually got a little bit of footage from here. I just need to, Yep. Oh yeah, here we go. Beautiful 4-color graphics. Text input? This is thrilling, I know. Indeed.
You have a half hour of this footage?
Somebody played this for a really long time. This footage is actually like, oh, here we go.
There's Hart.
Now we're going to fight here. Here's Hart, one of the first villains. We're trying to hit his pressure points here. So yeah, it kind of just keeps on going like this. I think you get the point already.
Oh no, he dropped a cigarette.
Oh no. Wait, we gotta see this now. Oh, the animation. Oh. Okay, I jumped the gun.
It's really happy music for murdering a man.
Indeed. So, moving down the line, the second game that got released was actually on the Sega Mark III. We probably know that better here as the Sega Master System. So, this, I guess, would be the first Hokuto no Ken games on consoles. I guess if you count the MSX as kind of a console. We're getting there. And it was programmed by, this one guy over here. His name is Yuji Naka. It's a shame because he did really good work on this game, and he kind of just faded into obscurity after that.
He never.
I don't know what else he did
ever again.
So, John, I have you here. Would you like to give the class a demonstration?
Oh, buddy. All right, let's go.
Software error.
I did it! Yay!
God damn it! I tested this. Oh no!
She actually did test this, so I apologize.
Oh no! Try again. Actually, let me see if there's a config for, it might be based on territory is the thing. It might be reading this from a US BIOS. Change region. Oh, where do I do that? Config. Customize. I knew I should have used Genesis of BizHawk. Oh, well. I think we may have to skip this one in the interest of time. Instead, we are going, Yeah. Actually, let me see if it's in another directory here. I'm pretty sure it is.
Do you at least have black belt?
Yeah, I do have black belt.
All right. So worst case, we can at least show that.
We can show that, but I mean, yeah, why don't we, unfortunately, we're going, technical difficulties, it always seems to be a thing. So instead, let's just check out this completely unrelated game called Black Belt. Nothing here about Fist of the North Star at all. He does have a black belt. His name is Ricky. Oh, we're not getting sound. Now we're not getting sound. What the hell?
It's just like the show.
Why am I punching millions of car knobs?
Carnovember came early in 2018. Oh, why is the sound not working? That's John.
Bye.
So, John, how do you jump in this game?
It's just up.
Yeah, it's just up to jump. It's one of those games. As you can see, it's pretty technically impressive. It's got parallax. It's got people exploding in true Fist of the North Star style that, you know, I like how they simulate the violence without it actually being violent. Yeah, but why is the sound not working? That's a little odd.
Yeah.
This game does not have bad music at all. So.
This man has a stick.
Uh-oh. Oh.
I'm winning. I'm winning.
Oh. This is where Ricky's adventure ended, unfortunately. Actually, I just remembered something.
Uh-oh.
John, please.
Who was the guy with the stick? Oh, right, the four clubs and everything. Okay. It was Diamond. Okay. So who was the chef?
So hey, this game actually got a remake. So this released as part of the Sega Ages 2500 collection of budget-priced games in Japan. Sega teamed up with this company called D3 Publisher to release a bunch of reissues of old games. And for the first bunch of them, they were just really bad, crappy 3D remakes of classics like Space Harrier. Yeah, people want a really janky 3D Space Harrier, don't they? Actually, no, they don't. But one of the games they wanted to remake in 3D was the Master System Hokuto no Ken. And we're about to see it. And John's about to play it. Hey, it's got the Sega Mark III version on here. You can play it on here, too. So do we want the remake or do we want the original?
Which one do we go for? Probably the remake.
Yeah, let's do the remake.
Gesundheit.
Well, here's the story. Things blew up in 99X again. You can skip this.
Can I?
Yes.
Sure about that?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Just keep pushing buttons.
It was triangle for some reason.
You have actual combos now, sort of. It's still a 2D plane where you beat up just like an endless stream of dudes. Yeah, look at that amazing animation. Love it. I don't know. You pause, John. You're disqualified. Well, you can press L1 and R1 to switch your special attacks, which you can't even use yet.
Something almost happened.
Yeah, something almost happened there.
I found out how to dash and waste one of those north stars. That's about it.
So, John, how would you say this compares to the original?
Sounds better. Where's the chef, though?
Good question.
That's all I can do.
Yeah, Ken is not particularly capable in this. Oh,
the chef!
Yes, please just stand there as Ken murders you. That's great.
That was awful.
Good, I'm glad. And it just keeps going. Hey, you want to beat up more dudes on a 2D plane? You can't even plane shift? Yeah.
I'm in a building now. Ooh, a big improvement.
No, you can stop now, John. No, thank God.
Thank you.
Good work.
Thank you.
Whoop. All right, so now we're getting to the Famicom games. So all these games on the Famicom were published by Toei themselves, Toei being the company that made the Fist of the North Star anime. They actually did have a publishing arm. If you remember the NES game Puss in Boots, it's really bad. That was also a Toei thing, as Puss in Boots is their official mascot.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, you can see him on the boxes here.
I used to play that game a bunch as a kid.
I'm sorry.
I know.
All these games were developed by this weird developer named Shoei System, who, to my knowledge, has never, ever made anything that could remotely be called good. But the weird thing is that Hokuto no Ken Part 2 up there actually got released here. And it got released under the original name. It's Fist in the North Star. Actually, I love this back of the box. Let's read it. Danger lurks at every turn and hits when least expected. Since Lao's death, the Central Imperial Capital, a city ruled by the Emperor Heaven, has been in great confusion. Ken returns to rescue its people from the tyranny of their evil ruler, but many powerful enemies confront Ken and try to thwart his rescue efforts. Will he succeed or will he perish? Only you can answer these questions. So, yeah, pretty compelling stuff there.
Does anyone know when the original movie came out over here? Like, when did Manga Entertainment bring that over?
Yeah, it was
pretty close to when
late
we got
80s,
this
early
game.
90s.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's probably why it's basically referencing the plot of that movie.
And the Viz was publishing the manga in the late 80s as well.
But in North America? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this game was actually shown at, I believe, it was the 88 or 89 CES under the name The Great Barefist Ken, which is, I guess, the name Toei was using to try to sell it abroad at the time. So thank God they changed that, because that name's not awkward in the slightest. So you might be wondering, well, what was this game we actually got? Oh, yeah, you know what's coming.
Worst part is I played this on my stream like a month ago.
Oh,
so.
fun.
So I'm actually really familiar with this,
you can show off
unfortunately.
the speed strats, right? The speed strat is just jump.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay. Let's see if the audio works this time. Okay. Oop. There's supposed to be, is there music playing on this or no?
I think I know why.
Wait, what's up?
I think I know. Hang on a second.
Yep.
Ah, shit, is that gonna work though? Sorry. Can you, I don't know how mouse works. Can you go to settings here?
Sure. Sorry for the tech stuff.
Yeah, okay. Right click on your speaker.
Okay.
Playback. That's not doing it. Disable headset. Just disable it for now. Close the emulator and reopen it.
Okay.
That should hopefully fix it.
Okay, sorry, on the fly tech support here.
Might have it. We're gonna try something.
Yeah. Everything was working up until this point. It's all John's fault.
It's always my fault.
Yeah. Yep. There we go. Nice. Here you go, John. Fist of the North Star.
All right, when's it gonna be on the screen?
Oh, oops.
Cool. I fixed one thing and broke another.
There we go.
All right. There he is.
Look at that walk cycle. It's real good. I don't know if it's quite Treasure Master level, but Ken's got a dandy little strut there. They kept the exploding in. Also, yeah, if you really want the speed tech for this game, it's just jump everywhere. Because look at that. I don't know which villain this is, but I don't think I'd be able to tell anyway. Yep. you missed a star. Ooh.
You have to collect all the stars to actually rip off your shirt. That's pretty much all it's for.
That's extremely important, though. Oh, two at once. Woo! Well, bye. Also, I love how these games always seem to have extremely slow timers that nobody would ever run out.
Oh.
John.
Notice how I still had health left and still died.
Yep.
And no checkpoints.
No checkpoints. Start the whole thing over, bucko.
So the kick sends everyone flying into space, which you normally would want to do, but you don't get items for doing that, so you actually get punished for using the kick completely. You have to stand here, explode people, and then the power will actually drop out of them. Which is great, which is why we're just going to ignore that and just keep jumping anyways.
Yep. Speed tech.
So what does the bomb do? I don't even think you can actually use it unless the meter's full, from what I remember. That might be actually also select. No, yeah, you can't use it. So we'll try it one more time and then we'll just move on to the next game. Because really, you're not missing much. It's pretty much the same song and the same kind of stage over and over again.
Yeah, somebody thought, this is a good idea. Let's put this out in the States. Let's use one of like our 5 releasable Nintendo cartridges every year to put out Fist of the North Star. Yeah, the show nobody saw here. Ooh. Yes. Okay, I think we can cut off here. This is
the maze stage. You actually have to figure out where you're going by jumping up and down a bunch of stairs.
Yeah, we're not subjecting you.
It's
to
even
this.
better.
All right. Yep.
I'm not getting blamed for this one.
No, we're good. It wasn't the only Fist of the North Star game that got released here. Weirdly enough, the Game Boy game got released here too. And I don't know why. This weird publisher named Electrobrain also deemed the Game Boy game worthy of picking up and releasing here for some reason. And I love this magazine ad because it barely says anything about the game. It doesn't show any screenshots. And like, you probably can't see the text, but all it says is normal mode, challenge the computer. Versus mode, go head to head with a friend. That's about it.
Am I playing this one?
No, you're not.
Okay.
You're not playing it because I'm not subjecting you to this misery here.
No, actually, I have a story about this one.
Oh.
My youth pastor gave me this game.
Oh!
Yeah, so my youth pastor gave me this fighting game. It is a one-on-one fighting game. You fight the 10 big brawls for the king of the ultimate, or king of the universe, is what it says on the box.
Right.
And it's as you can tell, it's a great game, high quality, game of the year every year. It's really bad. Yeah, my pastor did not give me any Bible games. He gave me Fist of the North Star and Double Dragon. He kind of kicked ass, honestly. He was a great pastor.
Yeah, so I remember Nintendo Power back in the day. I think they gave this, like, I remember this getting ratings in, like, the high 1s and low 2s. And it's like, if 90s Nintendo Power hated your game, you knew it was a pile of trash. So let's move on. Let's move away from Nintendo for a little bit here. Let's go to the Mega Drive. So we're going to be taking a look at this game. This could be considered an evolution of the SMS game, and it improves in a lot of things. You have an actual jump button. The graphics are better. How about we go ahead and take a look at it? There you go. This one isn't too terrible.
It's not on screen.
Oh, it's... That's a lot of
Taking that
text.
plot.
Yep. The shirt comes off immediately. That's how you know it's good.
Then he slowly walks to the name of the stage. And then he put his shirt back on. He was embarrassed.
Aww. We've got the classic early Genesis sound in this. It's on the Genesis. Yeah, it's got it's got the things that go into Fist of North Star. It's violent. You can blow dudes up. Sega does what Nintendo, obviously. Let's see if we can get to a boss enemy here. If I remember, these stages are pretty darn short. Or I think we encounter our buddy Bat here.
There's Bat, yeah.
Yep.
Adult Bat, because this is
Adult
based on
Bat.
Fist of North Star 2.
And they have some conversation. And the thing is, this is a non-linear game. You can actually choose paths.
So I'm going to see if I think I can fight a boss if I go to the arena? I forget. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, boy.
It's Hulk Hogan, brother. It's everyone's favorite move, kick to the chest, punch to the face. Oh! If I slowly walk towards him, he'll never expect it.
Well.
Bye, Hogan.
Oh.
And now I have to walk to the right.
Yep. And now you can move on. But, there's another kind of interesting game that released on the Genesis around this time.
I'm trying to go that way. It won't let me.
Oh. I didn't mean to start the... God damn it.
We can watch it again. I don't care.
I mean... I'm not complaining. I mean, it's better than what we're gonna see next. Hey, any of you ever hear of this weird Genesis game, Last Battle? This guy on the cover, I don't know. He kind of looks like Genesis Strider. Probably the same artist, but yeah. Wonder what this game is about. John, let's check it out.
All right.
Let's do this. Okay, so watch this intro. Watch it very carefully.
Story. All is not well with the world. A great war has devastated the land, and nefarious powers established an empire where the good people were treated like slaves, but there are hope. The mighty Azark and his two companions enlisted a max band together to reclaim the homeland. Using the secret martial art of Jeet Kune Do, Azark continued to battle against the Duke Master of Taekwondo. In the end, Azark was victorious and peace reigned in the land. However, because that was over, Yeah. And so goes the legend of Azark, the last hero.
Arzak.
My kingdom for a micro machine man right now. Legend of the final hero.
Last Battle.
Huh.
Here we have Arzak, who is legally distinct from Kenshiro. Very original character. Do not steal.
You might think this looks the same, but now they don't explode. They just fly off screen. It is fun sending them to space, though. That's pretty good, at least.
I like how that guy just left.
He stabbed me. That's all he wanted. I'm just going to walk past you guys. All right, you have fun up there.
They're just chilling.
All right.
Oh, hey.
Max, I wanted you to meet Alyssa. Now you have the look of a hero.
What do these phrases have anything to do with
I think Hulk Hogan is different in this version too.
Oh yeah, he's totally different.
Yes, there we go. Zombie Hogan, also known as just Hulk Hogan. Yeah, this is pretty much the exact same. It's just everyone's just slightly different skin color and has completely different names. From what I remember, playing this game, you have to actually like kill these bosses to get more health. I think that's the only way you get your health meters.
Yeah.
And yes, I can just duck here and hope that it flies towards me. Oh!
Oh!
You also only have one life, no continues, and you have to beat the entire game.
It's pretty rough. So yeah, unfortunately we missed some of this scintillating dialogue from later in the game.
I am the only one who can save this world.
It's pretty good.
Azark, save the world.
So moving on back to the Famicom stuff, in the late 80s, RPGs became the hottest game genre in Japan, and Toei weren't about to let that particular gravy train pass them by. So we wound up getting a bunch of Fist of the North Star themed RPGs. Now, you might be saying, dude, that sounds awesome.
I think you left the game on.
Yeah, it's still going. So let's have a look at, oh, geez, that's loud. So let's see how this plays. Oh man, look at this dungeon. Okay. Let's check out this awesome Fist of North Star fighting action. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Well, he exploded. We didn't even gain money out of that fight, jeez. Also, I love this encounter rate. Yeah, this, It's a lot like this. I think we get the point. Yeah, so they made 2 games on the Famicom that were basically just like that. Yeah, 4 was, I think, an original story? Yeah. And then we come to Hokuto no Ken 5, which is also an RPG. But hey, you notice we've upgraded our platform here. We're on the Super Famicom now. Surely this game will look better. Oh no. Oh no.
Is this the one where you don't play as Kenshiro? So I know there's one game. I mean, I thought it was fine, but I guess not.
It might be 4.
There's one game where you actually play as Kenshiro's kid, and you run around like trying to live up to your father's legacy. That actually might have been 3 or 4 then at that point.
Kenshiro has a kid. I
think it's actually only in the game. I think they made up the story just for the game.
No, I refuse to believe that Kenshiro is a beautiful, sexless being. God damn it!
Are you saying he's just a Barbie doll?
Yeah, that's just Ken. He's just a force of nature. He can't have children. Oh boy, but moving on into the early 90s. So these games are going to have a major change again. There's going to be a big genre shift. So what do you think the hot genre was in the early 90s? Fighting games. Oh boy, we got Kenshiro's beautiful manly chest hair. We're entering the era of fighting games, and here's Hokuto no Ken 6. And hey, guess what? It's audience participation time. All right. John?
All right, who wants to come up here and kick my ass? Do I have to?
Do you have to what?
Do I have to pick slow beef?
If you want to, it's up to you.
Fine.
Hi.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
All right.
God, these people talking shit about you in the front audience here.
Me or him?
Both.
Nice.
Yes. So hey, I hope you like fighting games.
John, let me win.
Wow, $1 American. That's $1.30 back home.
That's all I've got on me. That's all I came to MAGFest with.
Oh, this game's pretty great. All right, we got Rouse, Souther, Ray, Hart, Kenshiro, Kaio, Falco. All right, you going with Rao? All right, Slow Beef. There are no mirror matches in this game, by the way. So you can't pick Rao. I don't know who's good. There he is. Oh, man.
Thank you for that Toy Tuesday.
Oh, and it starts immediately, by the way. Hey, you've got an aura now. It's, Also, please pay close attention to the music, which is classic Super Nintendo fart horns. Like, you know when somebody can't compose Super Nintendo music when it's just fart horns and Seinfeld noises? And that's basically what this is.
I don't know what I did.
You use a special attack. Slow fade to black. And yeah, that's
back
it.
to the title screen.
Well.
I hate Fist of the North Star.
Oh, boy. So, that game's pretty special. But, wanna know a little something?
Let's watch it again.
Let's watch it again. Yeah, listen to that Seinfeld. So, yeah, there's another one. It's Hokuto no Ken 7. It's somehow worse than that one, and you're about to see how. So, John, you gotta pick another victim.
That's why you're not coming up. Yeah, you right. Yeah, actually, come on up. Sorry, in front of you. Yep. Yes, pointing at your head. Yeah.
Hello, what's your name? Hi, Ryan. Are you ready to play a terrible video game?
Yes, I am.
Oh, hell yes.
Ryan, you ever played this before?
No.
Good.
Neither have I. Don't worry, that's not gonna matter.
All right, press the start button. Let's get this party going. Hell yes. And you still can't select characters at the same time, but you've got a bit bigger of a selection here.
Are there less characters?
Yeah, there's less characters you can play in Versus. All right, we're going with Shin. Oh no, wait, this is a story mode. My bad.
I went battle mode.
Yeah, battle mode is actually story mode. Oops.
What?
Yes. It makes all the sense. Now we gotta reset the ROM now.
This is the other story mode.
Yeah, we gotta reset. All right, let's do this. Yeah, free play is where you want to go.
All right.
Hey, Smite, you might want to look into this for AI Arena, huh? There we go.
Oh, you're facing the other way. That's how you know it's player 2.
Yep.
Yeah. Much better. Big improvement. Oh my god! Oh my god!
So this game suffers from the Shaq Fu problem of too much animation, except there's not actually animation, there's just frames. Also, the special attacks can best be described as primal rage with a worse input buffer. You'll discover that hitboxes are kind of just a theory.
How do we actually hurt people in this game?
Yeah, your damage, like, for 9... Yeah, your health regenerates.
Why?
This game is real bad. Also, once you get your OP meter up a bit, you can use like a guard attack, and you can hit either the, I believe it's L to do a weird like guard, but you don't want to do that because it sucks. What you want to do is you want to hit the R button when it's full, and you will do a special move that is ridiculously OP. Yeah. Yes. Also, these arenas loop infinitely. If you know the Neo Geo game Galaxy Fight, it's kind of like that. So you've actually got a special attack available to you, I think, with the R button, I believe. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's nice and viewable.
Oh! Yeah, that's why you want to do those. They kind of break the whole game. Yeah, you just won.
Just won.
It's a win
Yep,
button.
it's a win button. It is a literal win button. Yep.
Thanks.
I think that's the last of the ROMs we'll need, thankfully. Oh, don't worry, we still got stuff coming. I've got a mystery game.
I thought it was spared for a second.
By the way, everybody who has been chosen to compete will receive an Amazon video download of the Fist of the North Star movie starring Gary Daniels and Malcolm McDowell.
For the rest of you, you can just watch it on Netflix.
Come up and give me your email addresses after this. I will send it to you. We've still got one competition left, so... But while we're on the subject of fighting games, I would be remiss if I didn't talk a little bit about this. This is a good Fist of the North Star game. The thing is, this game is irredeemably just hilariously broken. But it's so good that it's broken because it is a supremely entertaining fighting game. Literally every character is busted, and the tier list is who is more busted than everyone. Everyone has an infinite. Everyone has an infinite as an instant kill you can chain into fairly easily. In fact, let's check out a fairly interesting match from high-level Japanese players here.
Decide the destiny.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. So, have you ever heard the phrase "getting dunked on"? That describes this game. It is all about these sick combo dunks. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
The other player cannot get out of this. There are actual tournaments where the other player will just walk away and just get a drink while they're being comboed.
It's still going.
The damage scales. The more hits you do, the less damage does overall, which is why it's taking over 100 hits to kill this person.
Yeah, once you're getting into the hundreds, you are literally doing pixels of damage. Up. Whee!
Notice that the match counter is now at 15 seconds left.
Yeah. He dropped it. He dropped it. What's going to happen now?
5 seconds. And they won! 2 seconds left with an insta-kill.
Yep. That is Arc System Works Fist of the North Star. These are the same guys who are doing Dragon Ball Fighters, which will be a considerably less broken game.
It's going to be amazing. By the way, that game is downstairs in the arcade if you want to play it.
It also ran at EVO this year in the Anim EVO side tournament, and some fun things happened.
Oh yeah, he gets reverse, so traveling into basketball conversion if he has enough juice to do this. And
he got the bounce.
To B, here we go. All right. Should be.
I wish I had a, like some sort of beverage to take down.
Yeah.
Because this is going to take quite a while.
Yeah, good stuff.
You can never lose hope, though. He's taking a picture during it. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Sick. So sick. Oh man, the friend's taking a picture. Oh crap.
I forgot this was at EVO this year.
Yep.
That is legendary. The combo is still going. I can still hear it. For the love of God. That was amazing.
That happened several times, by the way. Well, going back a bit, we have what is quite possibly the worst Fist of the North Star game here. This is for Saturn and PlayStation. This is, I believe, a story that takes place past even where Hokuto no Ken 2 left off, the second anime series. You know how nowadays jerks like to call indie games they don't like walking simulators? Well, this game is perhaps most accurately described as a walking simulator because beyond some really hands-off fighting sequences, most of what you do is you walk and you watch cutscenes. So yeah, we're gonna check that out. Yep. Let me. Unfortunately, I had some tech problems, so I couldn't cut videos beforehand. Tech problems in this panel, huh? Loading, loading. Ah, here we go.
Wow.
This is what you do, you walk. This is thrilling.
I really feel like I'm there with him, walking through the mountainside.
Uh-oh, we encountered something. What is this? Loading, loading, loading. Hey, it's more walking. Oh, we encountered somebody. Hi. Sliding into your mentions. Loading, loading. Yeah, I love how Kenshiro here has red hair. He looks like a really swole adult Christian.
Really? More loading?
Yeah, more loading. So this is the fighting game sequence. Well, it's kind of like an RPG, but kind of not. you just push buttons when you're on that gauge there, and you pick attacks, and you hope the enemy didn't screw up. It's like a weird rock, paper, scissors with little interaction, but you do get to watch these cutscenes. You get to watch them a lot, and they get to load a lot. Uh-huh. I love that off-model Kenshiro with a ginormous chin. Well, he's dead. Well, we won.
That was how long for one fight?
That was at least a minute. And what do we get for that?
Loading. We got a password.
You actually get passwords.
For winning one fight?
Yes. That print out very, very slowly. I forget, is it? No, it's not walking, it's loading.
Putting Sonic 06 to shame.
Well. Yeah. But, well, there was a slightly better one that came not too long afterwards. So we actually saw this in the intro. This is the PlayStation Hokuto no Ken game. Now, I really hesitate to call this game good, but it's pretty obvious that there's a lot, the people who made this were trying at the very least. Like, it looks really good for a PlayStation 1 game. I'll just show some of it off here. There we go. Yeah, some of this is upscaled a little, but even so, you can see that the character models don't look bad at all. It's a pretty standard, like, arena-type fighter. It's got some one-on-one sequences. Like I said, I wouldn't really call it a good game, but it's, at the very least, playable. Which is more than what you can say for a lot of these, honestly. But really, nothing can quite top that corrupted intro. It's got a lot of cutscenes, too, but I think we kind of get the point. We saw the best this game had to offer at the very beginning, so let's move on. Excuse me for a second. Oh.
Yes.
So here's one. So this was made by Konami back when Konami actually gave a shit, which means around the early 2000s. This is Punchmania, or Fighting Mania abroad. It is based on Fist of the North Star, and it is really awesome. Now, this game is actually emulated in MAME right now, but you really don't want to play it in MAME because the experience is the machine. And if you can find the machine, you are in for a treat.
They actually used to bring it to MAGFest.
Oh. So let's see how this works. It's hard to find good footage of this, by the way.
I am not doing that difficult game.
Yeah, the pads light up, you get to punch them, and it simulates your punch attacks on the screen. It's something you can't really recreate without the cabinet, so it makes this really special. And this machine, as you might suspect, takes quite a few beatings, so finding ones in good working order is honestly really hard. Yeah, so if you can find it, like, it is well worth playing just for the sheer novelty of it. There we go. Yeah, this replay actually goes on for a while, but I think you can see this. There are other replays of Punchmania on YouTube, so if you're interested, just go look it up. Anyway, do I have to talk about these? Yeah, well, these are the Hokuto Musou, or the Fist of the North Star Ken's Rage games. Honestly, they're not great. They are really bad Musou games. And I don't say that because I think Musou games are inherently bad, quite the contrary. But these are kind of like the bottom tier of Koei Tecmo's efforts thus far. They're just really ugly. They're not fun to play. They've got some nice models, I guess, but since Hokuto ga Gotoku is coming out, even the graphics, the character models aren't going to look very good. Like, yeah, these were, I think, the first licensed Musou games.
Then One Piece came out first, didn't it? Oh, no, you're right. Gundam started everything.
Oh, yeah, right.
So
Gundam came out first.
I remember when this came out, they were bragging, like, the big point was, now you can fight bosses. Like, that was the big thing for the game, because, like, they put you in arenas and you'd have to fight the characters in story order.
Yeah.
I just remember the boss fights being kind of awful.
I remember having to review Ken's Rage 2, and they padded that game out so much. Yeah, if you want good licensed Musou games, these are not it. Go play the One Piece games or the Gundam games. But hey, you can play Ken's Rage 2 on the Wii U, I guess. Yeah. Anyhow, it's time for our mystery Hokuto no Ken game competition. So, John, do you remember Mavis Beacon Teaches Typing?
Oh, God, where is this going?
We just have to get out a special controller here. All right. Unplug you. This is your life, John.
And dare I ask what I'm about to play? Is this Ken Teaches Typing? Ken Punches Typing?
You're about to see. So, here we go.
Ooh, it lights up.
Yeah, it lights up. Also, the escape key came off in my luggage, but who cares? Replacements are easy to find. Yeah, we got it. Welcome to Gekiyuchi Hokuto no Ken. Typing King. So, we're going to have a little competition here. John's going to go first, and then we're going to pick two audience people, and we'll see if you can beat his score. And the stage we are going to do is stage 2 here. Oh no, ruffians are abusing some children. I think Kenshiro has to come and save them. Actually, I should put this in front of...
I'm going to need to see this.
Yeah, you're going to need to see this. So this does not run... This is like a 15-year-old program, and it does not run perfectly on modern English Windows. So you're going to want to look here at the bottom of the screen. So what's supposed to be displaying there in the center is Japanese text, but it's intended for Japanese Windows XP, so it doesn't display quite right. Fortunately, the English text at the bottom displays fine. Yeah, I love Windows
voice
system.
is getting a higher pitch with each
I think so. Here's Shu.
Use the home row keys, Ken. What?
So yeah, you'd see Japanese text in the center showing what you'd be typing in Japanese. You're actually inputting Japanese phrases here. But to type in Japanese, you put in English letters. It's a little hard to explain if you're not experiencing, like, if you don't know anything about the language. But oh, Podcast at 14. I love that one. Now you're getting there. Oh, he's hanging on to life there. Oh. Hit the space key, hit the space key.
Here's a lovely picture. Is that it? That's it?
Yep.
Spacebar to win? Okay.
And now we get Shu's moving defeat speech.
あなたの力を知れなかった。待っていたケンシロウ。聖帝を倒せる唯一の男。
So we can move on. We just want to see our score. All right, you have 406,900. So we're going to get 2 people to see if they can beat John's score.
Do you want to? I know you. I know you want to do this. Good lord.
God, who's this jerk?
Who else?
Some sort of dog idiot.
See someone way in the back there. No, not the one who just turned around. Yeah. Yes.
John, you mind giving Ty your seat so I don't have to move too much? There we go. Yep. Hey, you gonna type in there?
Alright, I'm embarrassed.
Oh.
I was gonna type in a butt.
Oh, well, you might have a chance now. So, stage 2 on Kenshiro's side. We've also got Rao's stages, but I want to keep it consistent.
Competition of Kenshiro typing.
Yes. All right, here we go. Are you ready?
Oh no.
Don't mistype, man.
I mean, I gotta play hard to win. I'm gonna lose this boss fight.
Now you're starting off well. Fatal KO indeed. Yeah, the fact that this is even running at all is something of a small miracle. All right. I think you may have just won by default, but let's get our other friend up here. Yes, your turn. However, I have to reboot this, and I think this is going to this might leave me. Yeah, I'm stuck in forced 640 by 480 here, but that's okay for now. We can fix it later. All right. Let's do this. Alright. Get through all the easy enemies. Throwing some guts. Good. gotta be fast. Hiding in there. Hang on for dear life, you gotta get that special Nice.
一度戦った相手の剣は俺のものとなる。なぜだ
So 369, 200. Didn't quite beat John, but you're going to get some fabulous prizes after that. Come up and see me after the presentation. So there are like 5 of these Hokuto no Ken typing games. They are all pretty old. They were made in Flash, and like I said, it's a small miracle this runs on my PC at all, given its age. Oh hey, we can enter names. There you go, Ty. So there you have it. Gekkiuchi Hokuto no Ken, the typing game. Made with Macromedia, remember that? Oh yeah. Also, because it crashed, it put my PC into 640 by 480 mode, so...
nice.
Help, how do I get back to desktop? Help. There we go. John, I hear you doing Pokemon Go next to me.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
There we go. Yay. But I think that just about wraps things up here. Actually, now we can do one more person for the typing challenge if you're really interested.
Here, you pick.
Okay, let's pick that person who is being frantically pointed to over there. All right. Let's hope it doesn't crash again this time. Hello. Hello, what's your name?
My name is Will.
Hey, Will. You ready to type? All right, let's do this.
撃ってみろや。ひざまずけよ。
返り討ちにしてやるべ。怖くねえのか。
この俺がやってやる。これぞなんと六星の一つ。
Here's Shu.
Here's the hard part.
Yeah, here's the hard part.
かかってこい。
痛くはない。
しまった。
それは。
It's not easy.
なんと白露剣奥義有限者。
Oh no, Ken.
貴様は
I
本
can't
当に
believe-
北斗神拳伝承者か。
I can't believe Kenshiro died. It's okay. You know what? You're still getting a fabulous prize. I
One of the
will
best
need you.
movies ever made.
Yes, I need you to write down your. Actually, everybody who came up here, could you come back up and write down your email addresses so I can send you the movie? Yeah, whoever actually won, you're getting an extra bonus prize. So if you could give me your address, I will ship you a mystery prize. Meh. Yeah, I should. But anyhow, that pretty much wraps things up. So thank you all for coming. Visit my site, more cool gaming stuff there. You can follow me at ZeroChan. You can follow this swell fella too. You can read my weekly games column, Anime News Network, and of course, special thanks to some very cool folks. This is a very cool Fist of North Star fan site I have here, so check that out as well. All right. So yes, that pretty much wraps up our panel. Here's to hoping we get a localization announcement for Hokuto ga Gotoku next year, because man, I want that game so bad. Thank you all. Have a great MAGFest. I will see you around.